Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about a really big problem we have these days. And the problem is how to keep a relationship or marriage alive. Like, this is today actually the norm, that people like separate, have constantly new partners, and that couples just divorce, and there are like a lot of single parents these days. And one of the main reasons is that during the period of the relationship or the marriage, that people actually lose their flame they had for each other, like that fire that kept the relationship exciting. And I see this a lot, like in my friend circle. I have this in my neighborhood, where a lot of people, even they have been together for, let's say, 5 or 6 years, they will still separate and break up with each other. And one reason is that even their relationship becomes like so normal and so boring that they end up either looking for someone else, or at some point they just get bored of each other and say suddenly, hey, you know what, I don't love you anymore like I used to, and they will just split up. And sometimes some couples are actually even married or have kids, and it's not easy for the kids to lose the parents, the relationship they had, that it just breaks apart and they just see it, especially if they are like a little bit older, because then they realize, oh, my mom and dad, they are separating. If a kid is like very young, like a baby, it's probably less of a problem, but yeah. So what can we do to keep our relationship alive? First of all, you should know, like at the beginning, there are like certain things you really like about a person that you are with. For example, it can be a physical attraction, it can be that you're having fun with that person. Like, there can be many reasons why you like someone. And that what excites you about the person, it should never be something temporary. If you're just dating for looks, you should know that once you get older and your partner gets older, that the looks will fade. So the handsome guy or the sexy girl that you are dating will not always be handsome and sexy, especially if you get to your 40s, 50s. Like, it's hard to keep the looks. So it shouldn't be, first of all, the looks by themselves. Like, yeah, you can date someone that's like good looking. I'm not saying don't date a person that doesn't look good or something like that. Like, you can still go for your taste. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But it shouldn't be your main reason why you are with someone, because that is something temporary. What I see often, and actually I have a friend that was a good example with his previous relationship, that couples in the first weeks and months, even the first year, they really go out a lot. You will see them go to restaurants, to the movies, taking short or even longer trips somewhere, like flying somewhere to an island, going to the beach together. Like, they do a lot of amazing things, and actually that's what makes the relationship interesting and what bonds people together. However, once a certain time limit is reached, that is like maybe 1 year, sometimes two, your partner is so familiar to you that you feel like there's nothing exciting anymore. And what I suggest people to do is, in this period, after like 1 or 2 years, sometimes it's even faster to some, that you start trying out new things. What actually can keep the flame going is when you do something that you never tried before. For example, you go surfing together, or maybe you go bicycling together, or something you never did before together. It can be anything. It can even be like a funny hobby, like something like, I don't know, karaoke or anything. Like, do exciting stuff together. It's like very important in a relationship that you always do new things together, and find hobbies that you both share. For example, maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend likes riding horses, then just try it. Maybe it's interesting for you too. Like, it's very important to keep that flame burning. Otherwise, you have like a cold relationship and it's more like a habit, and that's actually dangerous, because then your partner is more easy to cheat, because your partner maybe ends up seeing some couple or someone that do more exciting stuff, and then they are maybe even like considering, oh, maybe I should meet someone new. It's very bad. And yeah, and also the media is like just portraying how it's so easy to find someone new. Like, you have those dating shows on the TV, you have those movies that show constantly affairs and cheating. So our brains are already like programmed to always think, oh, if I lose someone, I can have someone new. It's not anymore so stable like it used to be. But we ourselves are in control of our actions and our relationships. So it's our responsibility, and we can save our relationship. There are always ways to make the flame, even if it's like this little, become this big again. Just do crazy stuff together, like even, I don't know, bungee jumping or something crazy. Skydiving, like there are many things you can do that are exciting. Or even taking a walk in the middle of the night in a forest together. It can be exciting for the relationship as well. Like do crazy stuff, and the more activities you do, the more fun it is. I actually see something about my parents that are still married even after like many years. They have been married for around 30 years. And what's actually special about them is they actually do a lot of activities together. They often travel together. They go to Austria or other parts of Germany for holidays. They often go out eating. They play badminton even with each other. I saw them play badminton before, and they had so much fun. They were smiling. And I think like doing this kind of activities, even if it's like badminton or bowling or anything, it can make the relationship also keep going, and the people that are in the relationship to be happy with each other. Because if your partner is exciting, when you have fun, why would you want to break the bond you have with that person? So it's like very, very important to have a stable bond with your partner. And arguments like are so normal. In a relationship or marriage, you will always have arguments with your partner, but don't give up just because you have some arguments. It's so normal. Even like a lot of scientists that study the field of human psychology and in relationships and other stuff, they even say that like in TV shows and in their articles, that it's very good for relationships to sometimes have an argument. Also, it's sometimes good if you fear to lose your partner, because if you have this fear, you realize, oh, he or she is actually quite important to me. I'm not saying you should like provoke fights or have arguments, but if you have arguments, it can also make you grow back together. Unless it's like always arguments and you really feel under pressure and not happy. But like a couple of arguments are normal. Even like the most happy couples have arguments. So don't panic about it. But what's very important is also to forgive each other's mistakes. You all should know that we are just human beings and we all make mistakes sometimes. We all have our bad days sometimes. There are days you wake up like very lazy and tired and you just don't want to go out or do anything. There are days you just work hard and you don't have much rest. Yeah, and it doesn't even matter if you are a man or a woman, it's for both like that. So always like understand each other and be happy. It's not worth arguing or breaking a bond that took you like a long time to create. Like a lot of relationships had like tough times and maybe somewhere even long distance relationships, and you fought so hard to be together. So why would you want to quit it? Like it's just not good. So yeah, always keep the flame burning, do activities, it's very important. And that keeps the marriage and love alive. So don't give up, keep fighting for the one you love. And if you change your partner, always think about, oh, my last relationship failed because of this. And learn your lessons, why it failed, and don't do this again. And you also should know, even if you give up your relationship that you have right now, the new one you start will also become like this if you have the same behavior. So sometimes it's actually pointless to break up with someone and find someone new, because the new person will be the same like the old person. Often the reason why our relationships fail are ourselves, because we don't do things right. And we should also look at our faults sometimes. Like you might have your partner complaining at you about something, and you not should always say, oh no, it's your fault. Sometimes look on yourself. I know this is very hard, but it helps you a lot. So yeah, that was my advice for you guys. Don't give up, fight for your love, and you can make it work. So always keep the flame intact. Always do crazy stuff and try new things together, and you guys gonna be fine. Have a nice day, guys. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I will constantly upload new videos and new content, and it's definitely gonna worth it for you. Have a nice day. Bye.